and welcome. I'm Nikita Singh and you're watching Tech It Out. This week we show you smart glasses built specifically for blind people. We also tell you how artificial intelligence is helping detect oil spills, and we take you on a tour of an exhibition dedicated completely to AI. AI is changing how we live, work, and even talk. But can't it change how we see art? An exhibition in Paris is exploring just that. We get you more details in this story.
From sci-fi fantasy to everyday reality, artificial intelligence has exploded into our lives. What if we tell you there's an exhibition that lets you see the world not through your own eyes, but through the lens of a machine? Don't believe us? Here at Paris's Jeux de Paume Art Center, a new exhibition is exploring the way we experience the world through the prism of AI. The exhibit is dedicated to generative artificial intelligence and combines art, photography, cinema, literature, and music to examine the interactions between human creativity and new technologies.
So all the artists in the exhibition here tackle AI with all its implications, be they epistemological, political, environmental. Some of them tackle AI to really heavily criticize it as a technology that is based on extractivism, on exploitation, that may have very important and often negative political impacts.
Over the last 60 years, artificial intelligence has moved from being an experimental technology to becoming completely mainstream. It now influences everyday life, from how we engage with each other to how we work and even politics. For the 42 artists included in the exhibition, engaging with and understanding how AI is affecting us and our world is a major driver in their work.
This work is really about contextualizing the moment that we're in now, which can feel so extraordinary, so transformative and new, that actually it's not new, that the turn to AI has historical precedents. Moments like in the Industrial Revolution, where we saw the shift to a factory architecture change the way that human work was being structured. It even changed our understanding of time. Something very similar is happening now with generative AI, as we can see so many forms of media, production, and labor be shifted into the same layer of generative AI architecture.
Despite embracing AI in their work, there are some who maintain a cautious stance on its artistic potential.
Conceptually, if an artist wants to reuse thousands of images of Renaissance and it's giving a purpose, then I think it's interesting because it's like copying for a concept. But if it's just replicate the art of someone, I think that's a big problem, and also it's illegal.
The World Through AI exhibition is on till 21st September, so make sure to visit before it's too late.
What if blindness no longer meant relying on external help? A groundbreaking study in China is exploring that very possibility, using smart glasses and a dose of cutting-edge AI. Take a look.
What you see on your screen is one of the 18 participants taking part in a Chinese study that aims to make smart glasses for the blind. A team of Chinese researchers have created AI-powered smart glasses that provide real-time navigation assistance for blind individuals. In other words, the aim is to enable the blind to move around without any assistance, including dogs, canes, and even humans. Rather than developing the glasses from scratch, researchers used Google Glass, which is readily available in the market, and enhanced it with their own small wearable AI software. The AI model surveys the environment and sends signals to the wearer as and when it detects any obstacles.
The camera, we put it on the glass, so it is put in front of the eyes. Right? Actually, the camera can capture the imaging, the information in front. Yeah, this imaging information is then sent to the, we can take that as a small computer. In the small computer, there is some AI algorithms. We analyze the data, then we find the key objects. For example, I'm interested in the chair. It tells me where the chair is. And then I move to the chair. I make one step, then actually the information change because my position gets changed. Also the update itself, update a new information tell where the chair is. In this way, step by step, then I can approach the target safely.
Additionally, the system also incorporates synthetic skin sensors that warn the wearer of objects beside them.
Actually, we only need to know on the side whether there's obstacle or not. We don't care about whether it has a tag or not. It cannot help. Yeah, just to make sure it's safe.
Currently, in the testing phase, researchers are hoping to create a system that allows users to interact with the world in a way that is indistinguishable from fully sighted individuals.
We hope that in the future, maybe we can get a very small camera, something like the contact lens. Right? If we make the camera on the contact lens, okay, we put it in the eyes. Nobody will tell this people is blind. Right?
Imagine a workplace where your colleagues have names and faces, yet exist only as code. In Denmark, that's no longer science fiction. A Danish firm has hired 5 virtual avatars as part of a team. Here's more.
They have names, faces, and email addresses, but the 5 new employees at a Danish firm only exist in the virtual realm. The company claims its digital colleagues, which consists of 3 men and 2 women avatars, have eased the burden of routine work and information gathering for its human employees.
What people are good at, what we as humans are good at, it's our creativity, our empathy, our knowledge of our customers. And to work together with AI, they get help for more routine-based work and finding information, and they can use their resources together with AI.
Initially, the assistants operated without names. But now, all the 5 avatars have a backstory. Not just that, the 5 digital colleagues can even swap outfits and interact daily with other employees via chats and emails.
We have Kondikai, who's a brand specialist. We have Athena, who's a market researcher. We have Prometheus, who has all our sales data. We have Møller, who is our beer sommelier and food pairing specialist. And we have Ella, who is our on-trade specialist.
While this new way of working might make people more productive, the company maintains that it's important to balance the tech with human critical thinking skills.
Need to be skeptic or critical of everything that comes from Kondikai because he is a machine. So you have to, use your human skepticism to evaluate his input, of course.
These new tools, or colleagues, represent not only technological progress, but also the beginning of a future where humans and AI work together effortlessly as a hybrid team.
Forget the skilled hands and the telltale slice of the tail. The future of tuna grading has arrived, and it's powered by AI. Watch the story for more details.
What if you could see inside a tuna, not with your eyes, but with sound? A machine is doing just that, revealing the secrets of its prized marbling in a fraction of the time it takes a human. Welcome to the future of tuna assessment. If you are a seafood lover, you might be aware of the fact that it's the fatty marbling that makes tuna sashimi and sushi so tasty. It is this level of fattiness that determines the quality and pricing of tuna fish. Traditionally, judging tuna's fat content requires multiple individuals to manually slice its tail with a large, saw-toothed knife. A process that approximately takes 60 seconds per fish. But now a machine called Sonofy promises to do that same job within 12 seconds, that too by using ultrasound waves. The name Sonofy is a combination of the Japanese words sono, which means sound, F, which stands for Fujitsu, and AI for artificial intelligence.
To inspect the fat content of tuna, our AI uses ultrasound to accurately evaluate that fat content.
So how does the technology work? A conveyor belt transports a whole frozen tuna fish, about 3 feet in size, into a machine that beams ultrasound waves. Sensors then pick up the waves to draw a zigzag diagram on a screen to indicate the fattiness of the fish. Unlike lean meat, fatty meat absorbs fewer sound waves.
Since the tuna is frozen, when something is emitted and then returns, it often doesn't come back correctly. We refer to that as noise. Our AI technology can remove that noise and accurately analyze the data.
Sonofy uses the same technology as medical ultrasound scans, where high-frequency inaudible sound waves are absorbed or bounced back to create images of things that aren't visible, like a fetus inside a mother's womb. Unlike the CT scan or X-ray that uses radiation, the Sonofy system uses ultrasound to ensure fish tissue remains undamaged.
Up until now, inspecting tuna always required cutting it with a bandsaw. That's a very dangerous task, so I think one major benefit is that this process may no longer be necessary.
One look at Tokyo's crowded sushi restaurants is enough to prove the growing popularity of sashimi and sushi among locals and tourists alike.
The foreign tourists are now very knowledgeable about the fat content of tuna. The ones that come to Japan know their tuna very well.
The Sonofy machine, however, isn't intended for local sushi bars. Instead, the company's core customer base consists of fish processing companies and fishing organizations. Set to launch in June, primarily in Japan, the Sonofy machine is expected to cost approximately $207,000 per unit, with plans for later expansion to the US and other markets.
Finding a needle in hay is hard. Finding small amounts of oil in the ocean is harder. But what if we tell you technology is helping researchers find oil spills in a much faster and a better way? Don't believe me? Watch the story to see what this tech is all about.
Imagine trying to find a tiny drop of oil in a huge swimming pool. Well, that's exactly how tough it is to spot an oil spill out in the open ocean. But now, there's a new helper, and it's called artificial intelligence technology. For the offshore oil and gas industry, fast oil spill detection is crucial. This is why they are taking AI's help to check for water contamination around their rigs. One such company offering oil spill detection technology is Norway-based Myros Group.
We do automatic 24/7 detection that would give the operators an alert that there is a probable oil spill taking place, and they would need to look into it and take their required action to cope with it.
The Myros system uses traditional maritime radars to create an image of the sea's surface, which is analyzed by AI to assess wave measurements. When oil hits the surface, the ripples normally caused by wind are calm and the area becomes flat. Myros can detect that flat area and use analytics on top to assess the damage and extent of a spill.
So actually what we do, we use a traditional navigation radar that you will find on any ship, those that turns around on top of the vessel, right? And that creates an image of the sea surface around your installation. And when you put oil on the water, we know that that will calm the sea surface. You will take away those small ripples that is caused by the wind. So then you will then have an area that is quite flat. And that we can detect looking at the radar image with some nice advanced analytics on top of it.
The company's technology can also predict future sea states by analyzing the height and motion of the swell around ships and oil rigs, allowing it to predict the height and arrival time, minutes before waves hit. AI is transforming how we see the ocean, from detecting oil spills to predicting wave heights. Systems like these highlight AI's importance in environmental protection and offshore safety.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting new inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. Until then, keep watching WION World is One, and yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Nikita Singh, taking your leave. See you next week.